Now, all right, you got your specs, you're okay?
Yeah, I got my specs. They need a bit of cleaning though, but yeah, I'm all right now.
Fabulous. And now it's 6 o'clock, so it's time for us to launch a brand new one-day special. So you can bring those details up. Now, it's a brilliant deal. When you see what you are getting within this bundle and the price that you are paying, it's phenomenal. Now, the larger of those journals there, you can see we have got available for you. And we're going to bring that price in, I think, to show you at the bottom of the screen. That's what you would be paying for that larger one, but for just an extra 99 pence, yes, you heard that right, you can get your one-day special. What a deal.
I know, and then that's
what a deal.
I was looking at that thinking, is it really 99? Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really just under £1? Excellent, excellent stuff. So
that's it. Now we'll give you the finer details of these journals in a few moments, but what I do need to let you know is we're looking at 11 days delivery with regards to these ones. Because of the nature of where they're based, it's that extra kind of delivery time. So anything that you place in your order for, do bear that in mind. But this is brilliant because these are a little bit different.
They are. It's a cooperative company in India.
Okay.
And it was brought together by a group of people who wanted to ensure that people had jobs, especially women, in rural areas. And they brought together a cooperative so that everything is handmade by them. So it's not only is it a good product, but it's a brilliant way of, you know, making sure that that community has payback and they're earning the right money for the right thing.
Wonderful. Now I'm going to get hold of one of these if I can reach. This is where I need to be about another 12 inches taller, but we'll give it a go. So I'm going to take the smaller one because basically I could reach it. But within here, you've got different styles of pages.
You've got canvases, you've got card and corrugated card, because you can use both sides. You've got Hessian, which is white, and cream. Not white, it's cream and brown. Yeah. And you've also got the handmade paper. So you can feel it's like a cloth already. And they're all hand stitched and bound into, you've got 4 signatures.
Okay.
And they're all hand bound and stitched, but I'm going to show you some little different things with it.
And I love this because instantly I'm thinking I could do a bit of mixed media, but I could do a bit of sewing on that as well, a bit of embroidery.
It's beautiful for that, and I think that's what's really good, because it is made for mixed media in the sense that it's already mixed. So your media has to change to put on it.
Wonderful.
But it's all hand stitched as well.
Yeah, and that's the point, because you were saying about the 4 signatures, you can see them in there, and we'll show you in a little while. They are stitched into that spine. But that is, you're getting that for 99p. 99p, that's what you're paying for that. You are getting the one-day special with the details on your screen. So you've got your larger album, as you can see there. You've got your smaller album, but you can see you've got 92 pages in each. Mixed pages, mixed media by, I mean, that's the name on the front, and that's kind of the original, isn't it, there?
It is, and it sort of makes you want to do mixed.
Yes.
Sort of medias and products on it, but and we've got different people doing different things. You can leave it. It's I just think it's like a bit of an exploration and a journey, because it makes you want to try and experiment. And I was really lucky to get these were already done from somebody who's bought the product, from Carolyn and Wendy, and they just lend themselves to memory books, journals, travel journals, all the different things that you.
Such interesting here.
It is, it's lovely. And the textures just make you think.
And then all those pages for that journey to continue. Now, the thing that strikes me with this is you've got so many different styles. I mean, these flowers, incidentally, if you're looking for flowers, if you're looking for adornment, do jump ahead on the website. We've got everything that's going to coordinate. We've got some fabulous papers as well. So I know lots of you are jumping ahead. But those flowers, I mean, just lend themselves to these perfectly.
All handmade, different colours. The colourways can all be changed. The lighter ones, you can spray them. I'm going to show you how to paint them. We've got stamps that's come in that work with them, but they all work together. Because of the nature sort of feel to it, they all seem to, they all work very clever. Now these two, the reason I put these in, and you might think, well, what have they got? But it's, don't forget that I'm going to show you how to take stuff out of your journal and use it the other way. So I found that these have been so big once I start using them, that it's been actually easier to take a signature out.
I found that in the past that they can kind of splay out, can't they?
And they squash.
I see,
So you can take out 2 signatures or one, and a signature is actually, that is a signature.
It's kind of the little bundle of pages, isn't
that is it, just there. And you can take out the front and the back, and it still stays, it doesn't break down. But then you've also got those fabrics to then put on top.
So then you can work on the pages flat.
Yes.
And then maybe insert them back in
Absolutely.
again by just sticking
or
them
you
down.
can actually, the thing is though, then you've got the width, then you've got a gap for it to sort of lay out.
Like that idea.
Looks good.
Very, very busy for the one day special. £49.98. You would be paying for that now. Oh, stop. Everybody's gone, what? Somebody's actually placing in their basket that larger one by itself.
No.
You'll be paying that higher price. For 99 pence more, get the one day special. I wish we didn't have to put those details on there, but we have to.
Don't get the little one.
Yeah,
don't get the big one on its own.
Don't get the big one on its own. Don't get the little one on its own, to be honest.
99p or a pound, whatever it is.
That's it, 99 pence extra on the cost of that, and you would get the one day
and
special.
Even if you don't want to use it like that, you could use the insides for it. Yeah. Send it back. You can use the insides, can't you?
Whoever that person is, I've just put the fear of God into them. They're taking it out of the basket,
Yes.
so thank you. I'm
Get
glad
the
that
other
you've
one.
done that.
Excellent.
So 845 866 £49.98. You're getting both of those, and you're getting the ability to spread the cost over 2 payments. Incidentally, £24.99, you'd be paying there or thereabouts for one of those.
Yeah, you
It was
would.
the smaller one, I think. But anyway, we digress. So yeah, take advantage while you've got the opportunity. More to share with you though, because of course you want to add some beautiful pages. Then why not do it by the way of these papers? Now I like these because they're a nice backdrop.
Do you know, whenever you think India, I have a certain vivid colour and stuff. So when I saw these, because I've only just got these because they're that new to us, they're so subtle. And
That's a really good point, actually, yeah.
And they're really gentle.
Yes.
So they're quite a difference. So, you know, I just thought, what a lovely way of sort of making a beautiful memory book with these, or even your own scrapbook pages, because the paper's absolutely lovely.
Gorgeous. Now
you've got embellishments and everything.
This is it. You've got some beautiful pages in here.
Absolutely.
Embellishments you can see there. You can do fussy cutting. That's actually the cover that you're looking at there. There's so much content in here.
Yeah, you've got things that pop out, and you've got fussy cutting available in it.
Really pretty.
And do you know, when we was looking at this before, Ailey and I were looking at the paper, and it says what to.
Well, this is on the cover, and it does say this. I think it was at 230 GSM. But I must admit, if I'd have closed my eyes and felt it, I would have thought it was much heavier.
I'm flicking it. It sounds heavier, but we can't say it is. It just feels it.
Yeah, that's what it says on the label. So that's what we have to go with.
Yeah.
But look at the price, £9.99. Now I'd be happy to receive a 12 by 12 pad for that, £9.99. The fact that you've got all those additional bits in there as well.
And the little one as well.
the little one there, as you can see.
That's so handy, that. Because it just fits in the pages of the book.
And the nice thing is as well, this one you've got scaled down versions, haven't you?
Yeah, it
so
has.
I'm going to flick through this one because it's easier. So these papers, you will get some of these on your 12 by 12. They're really pretty.
Parts of them remind me of Morris and stuff.
Yes,
However, not the bright colours that they have. Well, they're a bit more subdued, but I really like them because I think as a background, they would stay in the background. They wouldn't overpower.
Yeah. And like you say, when you do think of Indian papers, we do think about the brightness, those vivid colours. But of course, you could add colour to these if you wanted to. But I think they're gorgeous as they are. Daisy. £9.99 if you're wanting to get hold of yours. The details on your screen there, 571636. And if you want to go for any more, if you want to go for multiples of these, then there's not an issue. The only thing that is that we're up against the stock. Just bear in mind, extended delivery on everything with regards to these. Now, this just lends itself so much to the one day special because you kind of got that organic feel of the prints with these.
When I first saw them, I was like thinking woodland, and then I saw the other papers, and I was really surprised at how sort of realistic they are.
Yes.
And they're the sort of papers that you want to touch to see if they're actually 3D.
I'm going to pick these up actually.
Because you think, hang on, is that wood? Is that brick?
Yeah. They do look like that.
And that's what you sort of, you're thinking, is it? Is it really?
Well, I think there was a phrase, photorealistic, isn't it? And that's exactly what we've got with these, because it does look like you've got a sheet of wood there.
It does. I mean, that's a great these are great backdrops for...
Look away.
See what I mean? It is.
Again. Really, 230?
Well, can't say out, but I would have bought that at 230, something like that.
Well, you can hear that, yeah?
300.
Yeah. That's it. I must admit, I did think it was a heavier weight than that, because you can see the flickability, if there is such a thing. Beautiful. Now, oh my goodness, 10% of the stock of these have already gone. There you go. Look at that. They are flying out. So if this is something that you fancy the look of, having seen these up close, you can understand why they are flying out. So if you're wanting yours, I'm still going right the way through here.
Yeah.
I love these. Oh, there you go. Look at that. That's my hallway at home. Just like that. There you go. The weathered wood feature there going all the way around. This particular item that we're looking at potentially could be our first sell out of the house.
Yeah,
I'm going to put
wouldn't
those down,
surprise
not
me.
quite as beautifully as arranged as they were when I picked them up, but you have got your smaller paper pad as well, and this is nice because you've
These
got
really go with
beautiful,
them.
pretty little papers.
These are, and you think, well, why would they go? But they actually do, because there's a contrast to those. But they're almost, how can I put it? They remind me of, sounds daft, but like Chinese images, but then handkerchiefs, like little handkerchiefs. I don't know why.
Like,
I just looked
little
at them.
embroidery elements.
Yeah, like these, you get like a little embroidery
yeah,
element.
like a motif.
But I really like these, you see, because
These
they're
are
all
nice, because you could die cut those, couldn't you?
exactly, yeah, and the little birds.
Okay, are these for
Oh,
decoupage,
decoupage, yeah.
up? All right.
So
Oh, you're liking these. Oh, look at them on the little line.
cool, aren't they?
Beautiful, love that. Very, very busy for those. Lots of you popping those into your baskets. Now, 30% of the stock has gone.
Wow.
Now, don't forget, check out your basket. When stock is becoming as vulnerable as it is, jump ahead, check your baskets out, have a look at other things. I know some of you have popped many of the items into your basket and you've not checked your baskets out. It could be that you're waiting to see them in the flesh, so we're going to be as quick as we can. Then we'll head down to the demo. Now, handmade scrapbooks.
Right, okay. Now, some people might have seen other ones similar to this. I've seen them, and we all know. And I was like, right, well, what's the difference? How can I say to the viewer what is the difference? And the difference is the quality of the paper.
Okay, let's open it up and have a look.
You'll know the ones I'm talking about. It's quite fine. This is not.
Oh, that's good.
And I'm gonna actually
that's
build up
so
three-dimensionally
smooth.
on it, and it will hold. So it's
That's a
like,
nice feel to it.
you know, like craft cards normally got a rough texture.
Yes.
This hasn't.
No, this
it's
is the
like
thing
what we
that's-
call a hot press.
And it doesn't feel, sometimes craft card can almost have, I know it's not blotting paper, but that kind
Yeah.
of draw
Yeah,
that you would get from a
absolutely.
blotting paper.
But
With this, oh, okay.
When we call paper hot pressed, what
Yes.
it means, and cold pressed there is, but it means it's pressed flat with
Okay.
heat so that it's very smooth, and
there's
it's
no
almost
tuff
like
on
that.
there.
But I'm not saying that is, but that's what it reminds
Okay,
me of.
that's fair enough. Then now you're
Yeah.
getting your 12 by 12, which is the one that we've just had a little look at, but
Yep.
you are going to get your smaller 8
Oh,
by
it's
8.
beautiful.
And this is brilliant because you've got those solid black pages out there.
Quite thick. These are
ooh.
thick. These are really thick pages.
Put that down before I knock it down, because it will happen.
It will happen, it will.
It will. Now, again in here, I mean, 8 by 8, the quality again with regards to these.
And people know what I'm talking
Thick.
about. We have seen other versions of
Yes.
these, but the paper is totally different.
Beautiful.
I can guarantee you.
And I love the way that you've got those covers and the backs that you're going to be able to add
Yeah,
art to as well.
yeah.
What have you got there?
Well, Carolyn did this one just to show you that the papers all fit within it. Because
Okay.
normally you wouldn't. It's big enough to hold a 12 by 12.
Yes, yeah.
Not sometimes it's 12 by 12 and that's it. But
Yes.
she's put it on so you could actually make a beautiful scrapbook and put it in there.
Yes, because again, it's bound, it's within the album, but you might not feel as if you want to
Exactly.
work directly. So
Yeah.
do it on your papers and then add them in. Good
And
idea.
create pockets in it and that
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And you'll see the little one we've got shows you. So
There you go. If you're
Brilliant.
wanting yours, 3155312, 2 flexi buys are £25 each. And of course, that means you can add anything else into your basket. So any of those other items, if you're going for the one-day special, then again, you can add that into your basket and spread the cost too, but you already can. So what are we up to with this one? then,
handmade
Lou?
papers,
Ooh, okay,
bright
right.
colours. Now these are the colours I sort of associate.
Yes, the
These
happy,
beautiful,
bright,
yeah.
vibrant.
And there's a selection in them, and sometimes we'll get selections of papers like this and the front ones are not usable because they're all glued down. These are all usable pages, so these little pages at the front are all usable. So
That's right.
you get a really good range, and the ones at the front are all handmade A4.
And we can actually see inclusions with some of those as well, and you can kind of see that texture within there as well. So if you are wanting the absorbency of those colours, then you really are. Different weights with those as well.
Yeah, it's really hard when it's handmade to get a
Yeah.
set weight.
But that adds to the personality of it, doesn't
Absolutely,
it?
absolutely.
Freedom members, you've got a discounted price with all of that. 084622. You are getting all of these gorgeous colours. It's not a choice of, you are getting all of them. And the beauty of these is you can punch them, you can use them in loads of different ways. And look at the shimmer that you've got on that one. That's practically cardstock as well. Look
It's
at
very
that.
thick. I mean, I can get mine
You get a
if you
tune
want.
out of that. 17.99, 084622. If you'd like to take advantage, please do. Freedom members, you've got a discounted price at $19.99. To be honest, that's a really good price as well. Now those flowers, oh my goodness, you have been loving these flowers, and they are beautiful,
They are
absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to pick up one of these. I mean, we've got different colours with regards
These are all
to them, but
handmade.
aren't they gorgeous?
And the beauty of them being handmade is they're all very different.
Yes.
So different sizes, different shapes. shapes, and you've got ones that are joined. You've got these particularly, I mean, just these little stems that go with them.
Yes.
You know,
nice.
and I'm going to show you some tricks where I've done just glue the top, and then when it's dry, we curl the bottom.
Okay.
So there's all sorts you can do with them, but I've added them, and sometimes you don't need to worry about colour if you're going to paint them like I have. So
now I've only picked up one colour because I thought you'd got to choose. You're going to get them all of these. So you've got that gorgeous kind of Arctic ice that you can see there, or perhaps that's the Arctic ice. That might be because it's got the frost almost on it there.
Pearls in the middle as well.
So those are your Arctic ice. These ones I think are your ivory. You've also got that gorgeous pearl there, and you've got your moonlight as well. I don't know which colour is which, but to be honest, it doesn't matter because you're getting them all.
I really like these ones because I think they're really, because you can lift these up if you want or push them down, but they've also got like buds, which I think you don't often get them buds like that. You just get the flower, don't you?
And of course you can add your own colours to those if you wanted to. $25.99 at 592-798. But the thing that really alerted me to these
I've gone bananas with these. I've absolutely gone bananas.
These are fabulous.
I've done some decoupage, well, it is mixed media and decoupage with them, and I've gone a bit crazy with them.
These are fabulous. You're going to get a variety of these. As you can see, you've got your roses, you've got daisies in there, you've got your little butterflies as well, tiny flowers. All of those, again, $21.99. I'm very conscious of the time, though, so we're going to leave those there for the time being. 629860 if you want to know. And, of course, you are getting your cord in with them as well. More flowers, though. If you're wanting some smaller scale flowers, then we can help you with those as well. And these, as you can see here, beautiful colours. Again, you've got your Sharon Pearl Pink, your Natalie Pearl Pink, your Catalina pastel palette. These are all fabulous names. These must be people. 253020, £18.99. One more to share with you very quickly, and that is this. Now these are lovely, really pretty for you to use within your elements, and again a good variety. Handmade natural flowers, as you can see there. You've got beaded lilies in there. You've got Ronald Rosabella as well. Very good, interesting names. £20.99, 775-299. So then, Lou, what are we up to?
Well, I've got the journal, and I tend to want to always do the front, but if you do the front, then you're sort of restricted to pushing it down and squashing it.
Yeah.
So one of the first things I've noticed is when I've used mine is that there's that many signatures in them. It's not big enough here. So you'll notice I've taken one signature out just there.
Okay, right.
And there's a reason I've done that, and that's because it reduces the actual width, and I would take out two actually. And I'm going to show you how to do it.
Okay.
It's all bound.
Okay.
You can just see, just in there, it's all hand-stitched. And it's strong enough to withhold me taking this out, believe it or not.
That shows your quality.
It does. Now, you don't want to cut the brown edge there. And I know that H told me to do this, asked me to do this, because we've had so many people say to us, how do you cut things out without ruining them? And so, answer your question. So, I've just got this, and I've got just that. And I'm just going to nick that there.
Okay.
I've not touched the top cover. Well, we call that the inside cover. Put that there. A little nick there. And a little nick there.
Now we are busy. There's some stamps that we've got on the show as well. So if you wanted those stamps, I will tell you a little bit more about them in a few moments. In fact, I'm going to very quickly show you a picture of these, just so as you know, and we're going to carry on with the demo then. These are they. If you wanted to get hold of these, your script heart and floral mellow, £9.99. Already 20% of the stock has gone of them. If you are wanting them, I have got Lou's here actually. I've just seen them in the demo area. I don't know where ours have gone, so I'm just going to show you Lou's. These are well loved.
I've only got these really recently, but I really like these. You've got a beautiful, there's a little card there that shows you that one there. Sorry to reach over.
No, that's fine.
That one, I just thought it works so well with one of the papers. I did a little card.
Oh, look at that.
So that's the heart one.
That's pretty.
And I used a distress ink on it.
Yeah.
And the other one is a really smart sort of, it's a background, so you get quite a solid look. But this one's quite pretty.
That's really pretty. We will sort those out. We'll have a look at them in a moment. But yeah, details there. Just thought I'd mention it because it's very busy for those as well.
Right. Just wanted to show you now. That looks skinny now, doesn't it?
Yes.
But it will. There's a reason for that, because by the time you've got your work on it, it will start to fill out, and you'll get a real sort of better look with it.
Okay.
So I've got now the signatures are here. So I can now use this in any way I want. I can create pockets, I can use it as the girls have done.
That's a really good idea, yeah.
And if I wanted to, it's not going to fall apart, but what I would do, forgot to say this, is a little bit of tape.
Yes.
And I would glue that down and then glue that page down. This is called an end paper. Yeah. And then that way you're going to sort of seal it in.
Yeah.
But I've not had one fall apart yet. And you think by cutting it, it would. So you've got these.
Lovely.
And you can do whatever you want on them. I quite like to work in the book though, but we've got the canvas, which when you're using it, you will have to wet it, only because canvas, as you know, it'll shrink.
Yeah.
Any fabrics that haven't been pre-shrunk, it will shrink. So just to show you here, if you can see, there's the shrinkage. Yeah. That's by just applying.
As it was in the book.
Water.
Okay.
So don't worry, if you're planning to do that, then you need to account for it. Right, I went ahead, this was what I did before. Ooh. I got the stencil that I was using and I've just gone mad with black gesso.
Those big stencils that
absolutely, the big ones, yeah. And I know when I was looking at it, that one, believe it or not, that one was as dark as that.
Oh, right, okay.
And it's so nice to just get a really, it's in the background now and you get a really nice feel to it. Lovely. And then you can decoupage.
10% of the one day special's gone already.
Right. Well, I'll show you my book, but then, because you get to see it on different surfaces then. So what you need to do, and don't worry about the page that you're using, you just need to get yourself your stencil, which can be anything, and we're going to we'll do that later.
Oh, nice. Let me show everybody that while you're finding what you're looking for.
I don't like that one, so I'm going to paint it out, but that's what we're going to do in a bit.
That. I like it.
No, it's too messy for me.
This is where all of those fabulous embellishments are coming into play. But the backdrop being the stencil, we've got a lovely range of stencils. Yes. Lou's got them there, or some of them.
One of them, edges of it.
And you've got a set of two, your blooming greys and your classy lace. This is nice.
So I've got the stencil and just used part of it.
Okay.
And then what I've done is I've just got... You don't need to have these colours, but I found that these colours work amazingly well with these pages because they've got a translucent set, but the pigments are really strong. Okay. So they are on the show, and they're the golden and they're the high flow. Now, you might think they're only little. Oh, my goodness me, these pack a punch, believe you me. And I've gone for the quinacridone gold and I've gone for the terracotta. And believe it or not, these have lasted me. These are still my first ones.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Really are so strong. So anyway, you don't want to know that, do you?
Stencils that Lou's working with, I'm just going to show you those. Those are those two ones that she's working with. It's a duo there, so you can see the lovely mandala that we're working with. And then you've got your blooming grace and your, I don't know which is which actually, but blooming grace and your classy lace there. So as you can see, they're both coming together. They don't need to know which one is which really, because you're getting both of them, £19.99.
And I cleaned one off before just to show you. And it's really nice just on, and you can see this is a waste piece of card, so I'd throw it away, but I wouldn't now because I just cleaned it off. So all I'm going to do is I'm just moving these out of the way. Get yourself 2 pots of colour.
Okay.
Water, sorry. One to clean and one to really clean. All you need is a little bit of sponge, and we're going to use some gesso. Okay. Black and white. So. Lovely. Tiny, you don't need a lot, because if you put a lot on, it'll just squelch underneath. And we're actually going to people see me do this, you just really push it into your sponge. Okay. And then you're not going to get it all squelching out. And we're just going to really lightly, I might need a bit more. Okay. Really lightly, just push into the fabric. And we get a really light. It's only light, we don't need it heavy, because what we're going to do is build up the colours. Now, if you put heavy black on first, it'll always overpower the other colours. Okay. So you need to have it like quite light. So when you've done that, you think, right, okay, that looks a complete mess. But we're building up with layers. Now, I've gone on the paper and I've gone on the canvas. So that's showing you that they both look they stamp really well, the ink really well. So I'm going to do that. When you leave that to dry, what we do then is we're going to get white gesso. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm what we call knocking this back. So I'm just going to show you, you can do this on every page in your book. And we're going to get a brush. I use a big, massive one. I stick these in my hair sometimes, it's quite funny. And then forget it. I was like, oh, right, well, it's there, it's overpowering me. So you get a big brush. This is a little bit, oh, it doesn't matter. And adjust. Again, always remember, if you want something subtle, you have to work the colour into your brush. If you put it on, dig a big hole like that, it will overpower everything. So I'll just go on to this and show you, and I'll go on to this so you can see it a little bit easier on there we go. It's this. So I'll just go into lightly, because if I do it heavily, then I can disturb some colour underneath.
Okay.
It should be dry, but you don't want to sort of push it too much. So you do a couple of them. I'll do that one. And the gesso is just taking that edge off it so it's not stark. But with it both being gessos, then you'll get a really nice tooth on it so you can draw and paint. So this is just one edge, one page, and one way of sort of, when you start your journal, you think, what do I do? What am I doing this for? What will I do that for? And if you just start with using all your stencils and your patterns together and not having a plan, you're not worried about making a mess. So you just start. And I'm just using these ochres and yellows.
Nice.
These are at the high flow, but you can use your own paints that you've got, any colours that you choose. I'm choosing these browns because they work well with the natural feel of the papers. And I'm going to have an accent colour of like a teal.
Nice.
And that is complete contrast.
Yeah.
So whilst that is still wet, we're going to just introduce a tiny bit of colour. Now these colours, because they're translucent, they create like an aged feel to them.
Nice.
So one colour left just to sort of float into the top.
And of course, if you think to yourself, oh, I've got an acrylic paint that's like that, I can do that with the acrylic paint. You're not, would you be able to do that, or would you get more of any kind of an opaque
You
look
probably
to
get
it?
an opaque, unless it's a transparent one.
Right.
That's why I use these, because even the opaque ones, I can get a transparent feel. So they are such a good buy.
The thing that I noticed as well, I mean, you're putting a fair amount of liquid on there now with your different paints, but there's no buckling, there's no pilling there.
Oh, it's good.
There's nothing gone through to the underside either.
And I'm building up the colour, so I start with the lightest and then go in, because you need more of the light and less of the dark. Now you can see how I can still see the colours underneath, and you're sort of drawing it across. Now if you think, I've always say this, 3 areas and then up and down. Don't go 10. If you start doing this, it can get quite, you can do it, but you can see there's a big difference between the two. And then I'm going to go into it with a little bit of the very darkest, and just to create areas. So if I put a little bit there and a little bit there, and then just get a sponge. If you don't like it, just rub it in.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So you don't need to have brush lines. If you want to, you can then take the black. Now you can keep doing this. You can add a little bit more around the edge. So you've got, now if you want to, a tiny bit of gesso with it just to darken, and then that'll bring in a little bit. Now it's not showing that much, but you can see it's just what I need. I don't need any more. If I do any more, it'll be overkill. So just do that. Now I think I'm going to do, keep the colour on and then just bring in a little bit of white. So, right, so that's that. Now, just while that's drying, I'm going to grab some flowers. Now, I'm going to use, it doesn't matter which ones, I mean, I'm quite happy to use any of them. I just went for it and used whatever I found because I loved them. I'm not a flower person.
We've got a variety of different bundles. So these particular ones are the ones where you've kind of got your hessian in there, and you've got a variety of different styles. The smaller flowers as well, we've got some with colour in there. So these are your natural flowers, your natural handmade. So you've got your large blooms with these. So some of the elements that Lou is working with, you can see down at the bottom on the right hand side, that's the one that she's got with those little spirals on there. So there's lots in there. I mean, we've got loads to choose from. With this one, you are going to be getting your twines and cords with these as well. So, oh, hang on a minute. So is this all the same bundle?
I thought, Yeah, I thought that was it, wasn't it? All of them? No.
That particular one, that's the one that we've got on the counter that I showed you.
Right.
I think we're just showing you two different items. So this is the one that we're using. That's the one we want.
Yeah, that's the one. And you've got some really nice little stamens in that one on the top. It's hard to see, but they're beautiful.
Really nice. You've got a whole collection there. 4 different packs, as you can see. Your blooms, your beaded lilies, Ronald. Don't ask me which one's Ronald, but Rosebella's in there as well. £20.99, 775 299. Now, there's nothing wrong with the name Ronald, but it's not a name that I would associate with a flower.
No, no.
There we go.
What I want to show you is I've just picked these out. And I've got a green that will work. Well, I'll show you how to knock the edge off that.
That's that other bundle that I've got.
Yeah. Then I've got a pink one, which is totally not really with that, but it doesn't matter. And then I've got all these. Now, what you do is you get your colours again.
Okay.
And you start. So if you want to, I'm just going to put a little bit of colour and I'm just going to throw it on. And I am not being neat.
Okay.
So we're here in the middle. There with the white one, and I'm just going to put a little bit of colour. Now on the opposite ones, I'm just going to do the edges.
Okay.
So what I want to do is bring the two colours together. And this is, it's a bit like the mixed media I used to do years ago, but I've not done it for ages, and I thought, why not? Why haven't I done it?
Was it called mixed media years ago, or did it not have a name?
Well, they called it assemblage, they called it collage, they had all sorts of names, but basically this was what we did with mixed media.
It's a relatively new phrase, isn't it, mixed media? But like you say, it's one of those things that many people have been doing for years.
But some people think of mixed media as like concrete and wire and stuff, and it can be. And then I think somebody else said, oh, it's more than 2 items. Well, it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of where you're putting different products together.
Yeah.
And it, you know. But
it's like your chalk and cheese together.
Absolutely.
Mixing it up.
It does really work. If you get it right, and once you get it in your head how to do it, it works brilliantly. So I'm going to get another brush. Now the reason I've got the brush is because I want pure colour, and I'm going to use the teal. Okay. Now I have got a massive big pot of this. Okay. Like that. I love it that much.
Nice colour.
This is my favourite. You don't need a lot, but I'm going to now. These are still wet. Okay. But I'm not worried because I'll just be stippling. So I'll just take that away. Now what you can do is stencil any colours you want in the background. You don't have to do these colours, but if you think of having a contrast, so it could be purple and yellow. Okay. It could be anything, orange and purple go quite well. So if you look at a colour wheel and then think opposite, that'll really, really work, believe it or not. So this one here, you don't have to use a big brush. You haven't got a big brush like me, it doesn't matter. You can use a little one. I'm just going to paint. Now you'll notice I'm not bothering to go over too much of the ochre colour, because if I start to do that, it'll go green. So I'll just put that on there. Lovely. And then the edges here, because it's still wet, and if it's still wet, it means that it will mix if I'm not careful. You can get it to mix. If I put a little bit of water on this now and let that drip, with the gravity, it'll pull down and you'll get a green mix in the middle. So it might be something that you want. But I'm just showing you a little simple collage, and then it'll go into the big one I've done. Now here, I can just show you what a beautiful green it is.
Isn't that nice? Yes. Yeah.
And because it's all from the same paints, then they'll all work together.
Lovely.
You can see how that green now is really warm. So I'll speed up a bit, otherwise it'll get boring.
But well, shall I come back and see what you've done in a few minutes?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, cool. Of course.
Do a quick little review and then pop back. So don't go too much further ahead.
No, I won't.
I need to tell you about those chipboard pieces. Lots of you have been adding these into your basket. So these are brilliant because you've got some wonderful sentiments there. Perfect for your journals. I love the little trees. It's almost like a tree of life, that one, isn't it? You've got the keys in there as well. I love the Victorian lamppost, your rick-rack there. Some beautiful little elements. What is in the top right-hand corner? Oh, we've got those little birds in there as well. So absolutely gorgeous. So they are beautiful pieces. If you want to take advantage, pop them into your basket. Yes, you can see. I'll just realised giving me direction in my ear, and I couldn't understand a word that they're saying. 161427 if you're wanting those. Now, the reason being is because they were telling me to come right to the back of the stairs. I hadn't even noticed these behind us. That's how observant I am. Now, we've got 2 packs that we're going to share with you. You're going to start off with these ones on the right-hand side. Well, my right, your left. And you can see these are beautiful papers. They're decoupage papers. Oh, it's interesting spelling of decoupage there. But anyway, decoupage papers, Blossoming Elegance, Birdie Cafe, Butterfly Flight, and Pretty. These are better than your average decoupage pages. So there you go. It's terribly posh, terribly. Now, these are lovely. When we're looking at these, they're very lightweight. So you can see they're almost a cross between a bit like your rice paper, but with a bit more substance, although you can do similar sort of techniques with them. But the big thing is with these, you don't have the translucency. You know how with the rice paper, when you get it wet with your adhesive, you can actually see what are on those underside layers. With these, not so much. And you can see some fabulous little elements here. Beautiful kind of postage stamps with these pretty flowers. Oh, those are nice, aren't they? Those would work well with what Lou's doing with that gorgeous teal in there. Really pretty designs. Like these larger scale, as you can see there. Now, the price on your screen, as you can see there, you're paying just £9.99 for these. They are beautiful. Now, it's saying there you've got a set of 4. So is it a set of 4 that we're choosing from, or we're getting... Oh, so we're getting all of these. Okay, that's all right. I just wanted to check there. So all those absolutely beautiful there. So yeah, £9.99. Extended delivery again. We're looking at 11 days, I think it is, with regards to these. But let's have a little picture of what you're getting in this. But there's loads. 630163. Now the next set for you, which is your decoupage papers on this go. What we've got? Oh, we've got cupcakes and patisserie with this one. So some lovely designs, as you can see there. So you've got your gorgeous flags. Those are pretty. They're like in a little jam jar. That's nice, like those. And again, your back part, your back layer, should I say, edge-to-edge coverage with those. So again, you could tear these if you wanted to, cut them if you wanted to, pop them in place with maybe your gels or your clear mediums with these ones, or just simply use them with your PVA glues, pop them down in place. Lovely kind of connections with these, because those roses, you can see they're working all the way through those. Really pretty designs, and of course you've got your cupcakes there as well. £9.99. Again, brilliant value for money. 734306 if you're wanting those. And of course they're on the website along with everything else we've been chatting about. So if you want to add some of those other bits and pieces in there, then by all means please do so. I'm going to head back and see Lou in just a few moments, but what I need to do is tell you about the one-day special, because you are loving it. It's a brilliant deal, really is. We're looking at Little Birdie albums with these. So we've got 2 within your one-day special. Now this is phenomenal value, because the 2 that you've got, you would be paying £48.99 for one of those, for that larger one there. In fact, we're going to bring the details up. Don't use that number though, please. Don't use that number. No. So yeah, it's just for reference there. So you can see £48.99 if you're wanting one of those, which you don't, because for 99p more, you are getting both of them. You see, the usual price of £76.98 is what you will be paying when this goes up in price at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. You're saving £27, and that's because £27.99 is what you would be paying for that little mini album, as you can see. In fact, £24.99. What an amazing first payment to get everything. So yeah, they are available individually, but please do not check those out, because getting for the bumper deal is the key thing. £24.99 is going to get both of those. 845866. Both of them. You've got your large 10.5 inches by 8 inches, and your smaller 5.5 by 7.5, as you can see there. So really good value for money. If you're wanting your one-day special, that is the deal for you there. Please do add it into your basket. I'm going to scoot along quickly. Papers, oh my goodness, these are beautiful. Well, papers bordering on card, to be honest. This particular set, beautiful. Very muted tones with these, and more Mio. Is that Italian-like? Amor mio. Sandro does it so much better than me. 12 by 12s and 6 by 6 within this combination, and you've got your fussy cut papers as well in here. Really good value for money. 571636. Muted tones, but beautifully delicate tones, and of course you could add your own colour if you wanted to. But if you are perhaps creating something on that kind of organic feel, maybe as a album for some people who maybe got married and had one of those very organic feel weddings, then that would be a perfect paper pack to go with. Must admit, I am quite partial to the next paper pack because I think this is brilliant. You've got your wood tones with here, so you've got really good value for money with this one. Lots of texture featuring, and again you've got 12 by 12s and your 6 by 6s, and again you are going to get change out of a tenner. £9.99, 055807. Again from Little Birdie, but beautiful. If you're wanting these, then please do so. Now lots of you adding these into your basket alongside your one day special, and many of you adding this in as well. This one is already pre-bound. It's a really nice set to go for. So you've got your 12 by 12 and your 8 by 8 in your black pages there, and they've got hardcover. £12 saving with these, bringing them down to £49.99. 315 531 if you're wanting those. Yeah, any questions that you've got to ask, then by all means do get in touch. We've still got time for you to do so.
Absolutely.
So, are you all dried?
Well, sort of dried, yeah. I've sort of flicked it about a bit.
Okay.
Just to show you what I've done, I've just put some teal onto the yellow and the brown, and I flicked it off, and then the colours here. And then what I did was these, which were greener, I've now just put an edge on there.
Nice.
So what I wanted to show you is the papers.
Oh, the handmade papers.
Yeah, they're really and beautiful to die cut. I die cut this using
It's almost like felted paper.
It's
isn't
beautiful,
it?
isn't it? And it's not, we was talking about this before, it's not like that absorbent stuff. This is really nice.
Well, kind of 10 years ago, you say handmade
Do you
papers,
remember?
and it was, it wasn't brilliant. It was good, but it's all that we had available at the time,
but
wasn't
now,
it? But now, I mean,
this is
up the
very,
ante, definitely.
you can feel the difference, but it does feel like heavy, like a blotting paper, but it's so anyway, die cut using a die. It doesn't matter what die it is. I've just used one that I've had for years, and I've just using the stencil to just give well, not the stencil, what do you call it? What do you call it? Up that part.
Like the negative.
The negative.
I was wondering what word we were looking for a minute then. That part. What part? Show me which part. That part. Right, okay.
I'm going to put a tiny bit. Now I'm using a sponge only because I can't find anything else. So,
okay.
No, I'm only joking. I just want a very light. I don't really want it registering that much. I just want a little bit, maybe a bit more than that. No seeing it at all.
Are you being stingy?
I am. I don't want it to overpower. I just want it to be in the background. So I'm going to build up a little bit of. If like me, these paints, because of the lights and things, you can use a tiny bit of water with them, but not too much.
Okay.
Just
to give you a little bit of a time check as well, Lou, we've probably got about, what was that, 15 minutes?
Wow.
14 minutes
Right,
left.
okay.
Another little tickle of those stamps, folks. You have been loving these. We haven't had the opportunity to show you them in the flesh, but we're hoping to do so. But we've got an image to show you, and to be honest, the image really does show them well. Yeah. The heart, of course, with that script background, all one stamp, but of course you can cut that out, stamp it up, cut it out, and kind of decoupage those up. And I love that daisy background there. £9.99 for both of these, really good size stamps, and 40% of the stock has gone. 987320.
Well, all I've done is just
nice
faff about with that, and it doesn't look anything, I know that, but once we start to build up the layers, now these are the die cuts that I've got, and I've left the blue colour because the blue and the teal go really well together with peacock feathers and broken china, because there's two sort of colours in there and two colours within this. So you bring in the two together and it will work. So if you wanted to put the two into the background as well, you could just do one with the teal and leave the other one as is. So then what you do is I put a little bit on. I'll just show you again what I did. I put a bit on there. And these have got really beautiful rusty wires on them. And that's the bit that I really, really do love. The fact that some of them have got like little bits that you can, curl yourself and that. Now, this sounds so silly, but this is the bit that all you do is squirt them and then flick.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want too much on. I just want a little bit, because if I can flick using the paintbrush, but I don't actually want that yet. I want to pull more off that. Now, what you need to do is start to build it up. So
Okay.
I'm going to get this, and I'm using a heavy gel.
Okay.
And the thing is, it will dry clear. So I'm going to take them out for a minute, and I'm going to concentrate on this area here, where those are. So I'm going to put my main focal point on there.
Okay.
And it won't dry yet, it won't, but it will. And then what we do is, we'll sort of see where they go.
Eventually?
It will dry, it won't dry, but what I mean is it won't stick straight away, but it will dry. Do you know what I mean? Some of you've got to have a degree in witherisms, haven't you? Because I don't... Witherisms. So what I'm doing is just sticking a bit of glue on, and I'm not being nice with it. What I'm doing is using that corner as a...
That's nice, yeah.
And then leave these till the last, but then these little ones, I don't want them like that. But don't forget these wires.
Okay.
If you've got like, you could use another wire to do round. You can just curl it round the wire and create little spirals.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then when you pull them off, if you've not done it too tight like me, right?
That's the kind of thing I'd do.
Yeah, you can sort of let them. Now I would always with these wires turn the edge over.
Yeah.
Turn the edge over, because if you don't, guarantee it'll either poke through your work or hurt your finger. And then just arrange them so that's I quite like that now. And the lightness here will reflect the broken china bit, and the other one will reflect the teal. So you don't have to use these colours. Like I say, if you just think about contrasting colours. I need to do a day on colour, I know. People keep asking me to do that.
Yes, yeah.
Did you see that?
That'd be a good idea, actually, yeah.
People with colour, and I've had Mel and Kathy today.
Yes.
They said they wanted to do a day with me like we did with Paul.
Yes.
Only doing mixed medias and gels.
Yes, yeah, because it's a bit of a minefield out there. That's why I kind of simplify how you say gels dry clear and your pastes have got colour to them.
Well, you need to, because it is, and if you've done a beautiful piece of work and you think it's going to dry clear and it dries white, it puts you right off.
And it is. Now, of course, we are working with just one of those albums from your One Day Special.
Yep.
Got the details on the screen for the handmade flowers that we were working with, which have been popular, but let's bring those details up again for the One Day Special, because it is a bumper deal. Really is brilliant value for money, because you are getting both of these books, and they're brilliant because within here you've got all sorts of fabulous pages in here. So you've got things like your canvas in there, you've got your corrugated card in there, you've got your burlap with these. Beauty is each one of these mediums behaves slightly different, so it means you can add interest to your project. You could sew onto these if you wanted to, you could stamp onto them, and as Lou's been doing, getting your paints and your medias involved. Now, how about the price on your screen being the price pretty much for that with an extra 99p on it, because what you are getting is you're getting both of these. So if you wanted this one on its own, the details are at the bottom of your screen, $48.99. It's available, you can see, you can get hold of it, but for just an extra 99 pence you are getting both of those. That's why it's such phenomenal value for money. You can see you've got 92 pages in each of those for you to craft with, and as Lou showed us at the beginning, if you are concerned about them kind of splaying out when you're working, especially in such a three-dimensional way, take some of those signatures out to allow you more room, and then you've got those pages that you can use either independently as individual art pieces or use them as art pieces and then pop them back in. But you're getting a £27 saving. Means that when you get hold of yours, I'm just going to pop that down there just to give you a little insight as some of the ways you can work with them. So you can see there pages that have been punched, pages that have had some of those additional embellishments that we've shown you. These are absolutely beautiful pieces. Again, those little Hessian butterflies, we saw those earlier on as well. All these different pieces, absolutely beautiful. And there is that stamp that we were talking about. That particular stamp there has proved to be very, very popular. It's part of a duo for just £9.99. And you can see just how pretty that is. You can understand people going for that one. Love it. 845866 if you're wanting your One Day Special. Those are the details. That's what you're getting for £49.98.
What I'm doing is I've cut one of the words out, and I keep even the scrap because the scrap's great. The boxes, I love them. I'll put them in work later.
Oh, right, okay.
So I've got the word land, and it was off something land. So all I'm doing, I can't remember what it was.
Something land.
Something
Wonderland.
Wonderland, something like that.
Might
yeah.
be Wonderland.
Oh, it's off the big one. I'll get it in a minute. And I'm just putting the teal on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is then run the quinacridone into it so that we've got a focal point or a balance between the work. Now, you don't want this too wet. So this is when it all goes Pete Tongue, I hope not. So there we go.
Now we've got the details up on the screen for those paper packs. Of course, you've got that wood texture and you've got your 6x6. So those ones, just to let you know, if you're wanting to get hold of those, $9.99. They're proving to be very popular. Thought we'd bring those details in just to let you know. Of course, Lou is working with those little chipboard pieces. We're going to bring the details in for those. And again, we might need to show you a picture of these just so you can see exactly what you're getting. You're getting 8 primed chipboard sets featuring these, including your Adventureland. There you can
That's
see.
it, Adventureland.
Family fun, times to remember, wild and crazy. You've got those fabulous little trees, the birds, so many elements within there. Really good value for money for £30.99. And of course, if you add them in alongside your one-day special, you can spread the cost of those too.
I did do it wrong. I put the D the wrong way around, but never mind.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter because I turned it over. It's a good job it wasn't another letter. So on here, I've just mixing the 2 colours again. And the quinacridone gold and the quinacridone, they are just amazing colours. Indian yellow hue, I've got to tell you, transparent iron oxide and transparent brown oxide and
Nice.
quinacridone. Anyway, so I've got this here now and it's...
That's nice.
I've got this sort of, where did that come from? Don't know, just put it there, shove it there. Right, so I like that, but I need something here. And all I've done is I've married the 2 colours together so that it stands out. I don't want it really teal. I just want a little bit of the teal and then a little bit of the background so it's not as obvious. And then I'm just going to put land. And then when that's dry, I'm going to go around it. But first of all, don't leave it like that. Get rid of that because you don't. If you don't want it shiny, this will shine.
Right, okay.
Even
good.
though it's clear and it's I still don't
see it.
I think you still see it.
Okay.
You know, you don't have to worry. It's something that's just me. I'm not particularly a lover of it. So I'm happy with that now.
That's
and
very effective.
I could put a little picture on it if I wanted. I could put like just a flower on it or even like a little card, postcard or something. But I really do like that, and it's took hardly any time.
Yeah.
You do need a heavy gel.
And with this, I mean, you've added a lot of element there. There's a lot of depth to that, but because
Yeah.
you took those signatures out to start with, it's not going to get squished.
No, well, this is it. You try to do that on the full book, it would already be like that.
Yeah,
so actually now,
okay, look at that.
it's. But if you think how dark it was when I started.
Yeah.
I know it's like now. I mean, I put white on that, but I do like that. And if you've got something like an iridescent colour, I've got some of the iridescent paste over there, and you just put it on the edges. It'll just
Perfect.
it's a bit like my earrings, you know, the glitter.
Little sparkly. Right, I'm going to pop away, Lou, and then I'm going to pop back again.
And that's right, it's that,
it's very similar, isn't it? Configure it like that. 845 866. That is your one-day special, £24.99 on the website. Everything that we've been chatting about, quick scoop past that, £27.99. That's what you'd be paying. £27.99 if you wanted to take advantage of that smaller book there. But as I said, within your one-day special, it works out just 99p. In fact, if you were going to go for that smaller book, you're looking at spending £27.99. But FlexiBuy on your one-day special is actually £3 less. Doesn't make sense, does it? So there you can see £24.99 to get hold of that plus the larger one. Amazing value.
You know what I love as well, and truthfully and honestly, I love the idea that it's going to such a good community.
Yes,
because we hear of fair trade and things like that, and I'm really for it. But it's nice to know. Well, it's not nice. It's really good to know that these people are getting a fair wage for their work, and it's sustainable, it's eco-friendly. So to me, it's ticking all them boxes, and I am quite happy to pay money for that, you know. Gosh, and I feel better knowing. So not only is it good, but it's a good
It is.
Good for the community.
Good quality and, like you say, good feel.
Absolutely.
Feel good factory.
Yeah,
This
it
one's
is,
brilliant as
very
well.
much so.
I mean, when you saw these, Lou, I know that we've seen kind of books like this before, but this is more on a kind of landscape profile.
Yeah, that I haven't seen these before, and I didn't know these were the ones, but when I saw them I was over the moon, because to me this is a friendly shape.
Yes.
Because without being rude, the other ones, right, I'll show you what I mean and see if you think so.
Okay.
It's all right, you're going to kill me now. If I see it like that, I think of school.
I automatically think of shorthand.
Exactly. It's something to do with utility. I see that and I see art.
Yes. It's a good point, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like a pen and a pencil holding it. You know how to hold it because, but that, school,
yeah,
that
it's a really good point, actually. Yeah,
So
I've never thought of that before.
it's that's what I call a friendly shape. And we always used to say at school, don't get long bound, get short bound edge. And it works.
That's a really good point, actually.
But you can still use it that way, like the girls have,
Yeah, exactly. You're going to get both of those books. So you've got 184 leaves that you're going to be able to work with. Lots of different styles of paper and card in there. Handmade paper, you've got cotton paper in there, you've got your burlap. Real good mix. Like
really
those.
good. Really
845 866 if you want to take advantage of those. Just £24.99 being your first flexi buy. £3 less than the cost of one of those, and they're like the smaller one. Sorry, down at the front there.
Don't get that big
so
one
yeah,
on
if you're
its
wanting those, please do get them into your basket. We're coming to the end of the show now, so we're not going to be heading back to the demo area. So now is the time to check out your baskets, especially if you've got these papers in there. And these are beautiful. Amor mio. Amor mio. Right?
They're really subtle and lovely, aren't they?
I'm very Italian when I say it.
It doesn't matter whatever language I speak, it's still got a magic.
Now, £9.99 is brilliant value for money. You're getting your 6x6 pad and, of course, your 12x12s in there. Really pretty tones.
It is, and again, we've got that smooth feel as well. So when you're cutting out, you're going to get a really nice edge with this.
Yeah,
you're not going to get, I think because of the way it's pressed, I could be wrong, but you're going to get more of a smoother edge when you cut it. You know, like sometimes when you cut paper, you get a furry edge.
Yes, yeah.
This, I hope that makes sense to you out there and you're not thinking I'm bananas, but you know what I mean? This, you'll get a crisp edge.
And I like this as well because these are two of your feature pages in here. So you've got your fussy cut page there, and you've also got your journal page there with all those little pockets.
ATCs.
Nice, perfect size.
Perfect.
If you're wanting these, then the details are on your screen there, £9.99. Do have a look at that other paper pad set that we've got as well for £9.99 to the side of this one. But for the time being, if you're wanting this one, it's 571636 £9.99. In fact, should we have a sneaky peek at this one while we've got
You know what? I reckon you could stitch them. That was so strong.
Yeah, you probably could do.
Yeah, of course we'll have a sneaky peek.
Now, this is fabulous. You're loving this one as well. And I can understand why, because you've got those.
To get mine?
Fabulous. We haven't got time, darling. We've only got about 20 seconds left.
These are brilliant.
15,
these are brilliant, these. Because these, if you've got dolls' houses as well.
Yeah.
But I think these are great. If you said you like your flooring, if you just put this on and a picture over the top.
That's it. Down to 5 seconds. Lou's back at 8 o'clock with lovely Alex. I'll see you after